Okay, so the equipment that you're going to need to do a rear brake shoe replacement. First up, we're going to need bar or whatever it is for removing the wheel. We're going to need a flathead screwdriver to help removing the pins. 2 sets of pliers. Needle nose is obviously best. These will give you more grip for actually adjusting the springs or stretching them to fit into the relevant little holes, little buggers there. Rubber hammer just to give a little bit of persuasion to the drum to help it off. Small tap doesn't need absolutely smashing. We're going to need some sort of screwdriver. The little bolts that hold the drum onto the hub can get really tight, so I use it with a small torque wrench to help it off. Wire brush just to clean everything up. New shoes, new discs, and then we also need copper grease, brake cleaner, and I always paint my shoes and the drums just to make sure they don't appear rusty in the future, like that in there. Ew, horrible. Okay, this is the drum that we're replacing today, so we're going to need to remove these 2 screws here. Hopefully, like the other side, they're not too tight. However, this side looks considerably more rusted up. Now, for the most part, that's just general surface rust, so it's not actually in that bad condition. If we have that. It's not too bad. Still going to change it though for something shiny. I highly doubt this is going to work one-handed, but we're going to give it a go anyway. Get in that. Okay. Ooh, that's not too bad. That was nice and easy. And that one's gone even easier. Cool. These little screws normally can be an absolute bugger. Okay, that's those out. As Josh said from Hiroshema Spirit, very famously in one of his little episodes, these do absolutely bugger all. They don't technically need it for holding the drum on. You can just use the actual wheel itself. Once that's bolted on, it's bolted on tight anyway. So exactly as he did, I'm just going to bin that, use it as weight saving and a bit of cooling. Okay, at this stage it's probably a good idea to take the actual handbrake off to make it easier to actually remove the drum. Top tip there. Okay, a cool new bit of information that I never actually realised. The little bolts that held the drum in, they fit into that section there and help pop the drum off. So hopefully you've managed to see that. 1 second, can we turn it round? So as I was just saying, these little ones, they do actually fit. They do actually fit into that bit there. Sorry, doing this left-handed. Tell you what, let's change hands. So they do fit in that with a little bit of persuasion. They then also pop the drum off, he says. Again, trying to do this one-handed for you. There we go, going, still going, eventually going, gone. Look at that, you absolute barstool. Right, we shall get rid of that. So, as with the overall condition of the outer drum, shoes don't actually look too bad. Not glazed at all, which is good. Still plenty of meat left in. General rule I've been taught is when this section there is the same thickness as the actual carrier, that's when the shoe's worn out. So at the moment that's probably got half to go, so it's not too bad. So next stage is removing them and tidying it up and making it look pretty. So we need to remove this spring, this adjuster, that spring, the spring on the bottom, clips, clips and the handbrake cable from inside on this shoe here. So it's attached underneath there. Okay, so we're going to push these back, adjust that so that we have that all come out. That should give me enough movement to be able to release the springs. Okay, I'm going to need 2 hands for that, so I'll show you in a moment. So once you've got everything off, you should be able to see you've got a handbrake cable there. That's the main cylinder, opens up to expand the shoes. I like to set it out like this so I know exactly where it's come off. That allows me to rebuild it, basically mirroring what's just been removed. Obviously adjuster, top spring, bottom spring, and again these are actually side specific, so you need to make sure that when you get your new box with them you double check exactly which one relates to which side of the car. Okay, next job, let's tidy it up a bit. Wire brush time. Right, so we've given it an initial wire brush. We're next going to get the brake fluid out on it. Particular care needs to be taken around making sure these spots, here and here, here and here, and then again underneath, just here and here, and then on this bit, can we see that there as well, which is where the actual shoe sits and rub against. So I need to make sure those are clean as we can get them, and then we're going to grease them up. So in terms of cleaning it, it's my favourite product's just this one. It's Power Maxed brake cleaner. It does exactly what it says on the tin. There's no messing about with it. So let's give it a good coating, spray it all over. Yeah, loads of gunk and dust running out of that. And then back to the wire brushing. When you are wire brushing, do mind the rubbers, so I don't want to be damaging those on the cylinder. Okay, so I'm happy that's cleaned up as it needs to be. What I'm going to do now is just roughly pre-assemble the shoe, just so I know where all these bits are going. So that's where we're going to put the handbrake cable back in. Okay, there we go. That bit into there, that bit on there. That's going to go on the back of there. Like so. Okay. Okay, so once we're almost ready for full assembly, we're then going to add some copper slip onto the bits where I said before with the rub. There you go. So silicone lubricants apparently can do as well. I'd imagine graphite can also work. It's just I prefer copper slip. That's what I've always worked with. That's what I was told works, so I will just stick with that. Okay, next up I'm going to squeeze the cylinder back in. Okay, there we go, so that is the finished product. Drum is now installed. I'm not bothering putting the 2 nuts in there. I'm going to keep them in the shed though, as we found out they were useful earlier. As we can see, this one looks a lot better than this one. So to keep it looking better, what we're going to do is clean it off again, because it's got some of my fingerprints all over it. And then we're just going to spray it with some aluminium paint. High temperature, so it doesn't melt off naturally. And that should be it done then. So even though it's new, I can still see the dirt piling off it. That's just from fitment. Okay, so that's it cleaned up again now. So let's just very lightly, doesn't have to be dead neat, not for my purposes anyway. So there we go. one set of brake drums and shoes changed, back in, all set up, painted, car's now back on the ground, looking good. I think the aluminium stands out alright behind there. Let us know in the comments if you disagree. If you want any other information of what we've done, again, just get in touch. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. We'll try and find something else to do during lockdown to keep you entertained. Take care. Bye for now. Roxy, you my mechanic dog? You my mechanic dog? Yeah. Mwah. You've been helping? Yes, you have, haven't you? You're such a gorgeous girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. Gorgeous girl. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yes.